Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Sage and Sunshine podcast, where we talk about all things life, adulting, parenthood, and any other sexy details of life that we'd like to discuss. I am your host, Brittany Marie, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little lit right now, so I think it's gonna be a fun episode, and this episode is kind of different because very spur of the moment topic wise. But it's really just a mixture of different things today. I kind of wanted to just get in touch with what's happening now in the world. But before I get into that, I hope that everybody had an amazing and wonderful Mother's Day. I eventually enjoyed myself, even though somebody wanted to steal my food. Yeah, but I already said nothing good is coming to her, because child, how you steal somebody's food on Mother's Day? And I already knew. It was giving red flag from the beginning. But anywho, I really hope that everybody had an amazing, wonderful Mother's Day, and all the women were treated like the queens that we are. We are literally superhuman. Like, how do we just give life and just keep pushing? That's crazy. I don't know. Get like us. But anyway, let's get right into it, child. If you have been on social media, and especially TikTok, because this is where it all came from, you have seen this teacher. I believe his name is Jack Lee. You have seen this teacher having his students take out his damn braids. Okay. So initially for me, for those of you who don't know, I was a childcare provider, teacher. So I've worked with kids. I understand developmentally, where they're at, how they learn, how they just all the, little things. Child development. Now, being a educator and also working as a private nanny, I've been around a lot of different families and a lot of children. And of course, multiple settings, in a school setting, a public setting, private school setting, as a nanny, etc. So I've worked in different settings, and I've worked with a lot of children, mostly ages 0 to 5, because that was always my fave. However, I have worked with older children. I also am very knowledgeable on grooming, pedophiles. I don't even know why I laugh, because that shit ain't even funny, but grooming, pedophiles, sexual assault, things that triggers or things to look out for, certain actions that may lead to child sexual assault, things like that. Like, we've already talked about this on this podcast, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like I'm just talking out of my ass when I speak to this topic, because there's been like two different ends of the spectrum, as there always is in many instances, but two different ends of the spectrum. There are people who feel the same way as I do, which I will get into, but there are also people who feel as though people are always looking for something to be wrong. People are always triggered. Essentially, we're doing too much, or we're assuming. What when you assume, it makes that ass out of you and me, honey. But like, we're assuming, which, I mean, in all fairness, we were. However, these predators and these pedophiles have signs. Okay? A lot of them are one and the same. They have the same type of techniques, and they act about the same. And also, when I feel as though I don't even want to like simplify it and compare it to this, but but I do feel as though once you have been educated, or once you are a victim of sexual assault or any type of abuse and things like that, you are really able to see certain things that many people may overlook, because yeah, maybe it does trigger you, because when you know this stuff, it's like, hey, I know this and I see it for what it is, and I see it as a red flag, and that's not okay. So I really didn't care about the other side's opinion. However, when I first seen this video, I seen the video of the children taking out his braids. When it first popped up on my TL before the whole controversy, I did not want to engage, because I literally scrolled past it. Like, deadass, I scrolled right the fuck past it, because I didn't understand what the value in that type of content was, and why like none of that made sense on first glance. Children, teacher, classroom taken out, like, it absolutely made no sense to me. So when shit doesn't make sense to me, or I don't want to engage with something, or I don't care, I don't give it my time, and I keep pushing. But here we are. It has caused an uproar, and I think, a little bit rightfully so. Like I said, I ignored it. So I took it upon myself the other day to watch the video, to go directly to his page and watch the video for myself and make my own assumptions, analysis, whatever. And I am going to sit here and I'm going to rewatch this video, and I am going to point out all of the red flags that I felt like I had seen or I had heard. Okay, so before I started rewatching the video, I went to read the caption. Students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Teaching is a work of heart. Comment your thoughts. Okay. Hashtag teacher, hashtag teachers of TikTok, hashtag teacher problems, hashtag millennials of TikTok, hashtag middle school. Okay. All right. Okay, so 10 minutes before dismissal class, he decided, let me live stream my students taking my hair out. Red flag to me right there. I don't know why you guys think everything belongs on social media, or you need to be in front of a goddamn camera and we want to see, but it is absolutely insanity to me. Y'all just have to be seen so bad. Y'all have to be seen. Y'all just telling yourselves. Anyways, one thing I'm also noticing is he has this shirt with a logo on it, and I'm not sure if it's the logo of the school, but if it is, that's very telling and also not okay. As a teacher and as a child care provider, but as a teacher specifically, you do make essentially an oath, to protect and care for the children that you are teaching. You are a, what's the word? You are a mandated reporter. I think that's the word I'm looking for. You are a mandated reporter when it comes to the kids, like, because you're with them a lot of the time and you see and hear things firsthand. You spend a lot of time with the children. And then, okay, so besides you live streaming it, so you knew on your live stream you was getting comments from either side. Some saying it was nothing wrong, or you're doing great, and others being whatever. So you knew that this was a controversial type of thing, because you're live streaming and you're getting, opposite ends of the spectrum. So you not only continue to live stream, okay, which again, with I think the logo of your school on it, and the faces of the children that aren't yours, who I believe you never got consent from the parents for, because I don't. And he did say that the parents, know that their children be on there and like interact with him on social media or whatever, or comment and blah 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 blee blee blah 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 blee blee blee. Like I don't want to hear none of that. Inappropriate, inappropriate, inappropriate. I know you did not get no goddamn paper signed consenting for them to be on your personal TikTok. Are you getting money from your personal TikTok? Because there's a lot of stuff with your students on there. And if you're going to show your students, are you giving the money back to the parents of the students? Anyways, so he not only thought to live stream this, knowing that it was controversial from his live stream, he then proceeds to post it on TikTok for more eyes, for it now to go viral. So again, if you have your damn school logo shirt on, the faces of these children who are not yours, and I believe you do not have consent to show them on your personal TikTok page. I don't even know how, we're not even 30 seconds in. And already, it's giving no. Okay, I'm sorry. He just pissed me the fuck off because he kind of starts it off like as like, I don't know, like it's just real lighthearted to me. Talking about, I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, because there was a lot of controversy. Shut the. So he gives a little context about how he needed his hair done, or how he had a hair appointment after school and he needs to take his hair out. Okay? So he has a hair appointment immediately after school and he needs to have his hair out. He said that he would have taken it out the night before, but they had cameras coming in for the class or whatever. And so he kept them in. And I guess his hands broke. And then he said, I wouldn't have the time to do it myself because it would have taken me forever. Debatable. Honestly, it's really debatable, especially if you had. Now that I'm thinking about it, especially if you had the time, 10 minutes to do literally absolutely nothing. Basically, you had 10 minutes to do your hair. They could have had 10 minutes to themselves, 10 minutes with their friends. Not 10 minutes to do your hair. So you as a teacher could have had 10 plus minutes to take out your hair. I don't want to hear it. But continuing. And then he says, just naturally, I ask 4 or 5 of over my 100 best friends to help them take out braids. So when I heard the word best friends, the way that it was so unsettling and cringe to me is it really triggered. So this was another red flag for me. Who in the fuck? What grown adult is going around calling children of middle school age? I want to make that clear too. Best friends. And that statement by itself is, of course, not inherently wrong, not inherently da-da-da. But I want adults to be adults and understand the hierarchy of an adult and of a child, and understand the boundaries that lay within, especially when they're not your fucking children. I could not imagine I'm not even gonna get into that yet. But and when I say hierarchy, I don't mean you have to downgrade or belittle or feel like you're really superior, and use that to your advantage and to their disadvantage. But I mean, you do not operate and converse with them the same as you would with your peers. And when you say somebody's your best friend, you assume, or I would assume, you would look at them as your peers. You have to, like, I don't know what friends do you guys have that aren't on the same, like, mental capacity. If you, like, what friends, like, I don't, and best friends. Best friends is killing me. But like, what best friends do you have at this grown age that is half your age? What children would you call your best friends? And I want to emphasize the middle school age, because I just feel like some things have to be cut off by a certain age, or shouldn't be. I think it's cute, sure, for you to call, like, preschoolers your besties. So cute. Yeah, my little besties. Cute. Middle school girls and boys. It's not giving appropriate. And still, people may feel like I'm dragging it. I'm doing too much. But just stay with me here. Stay with me. Okay. And then we get to one of the things that really rubbed me wrong. It really made me feel unsettled. He explains that at the end of class, he explains and says that, the children had finished doing all their work and they did a presentation. And, well, he said that if they did completed one presentation or something during the class, then he'll end the class early and they can just kind of chill, relax, play basketball, do darts, whatever, kick it. And then he went on to say that he had students from his class that had helped him take out his hair. However, he also wrote passes for other children that would be in other classrooms to come to his classroom at the end of the day and take out his hair. And I also want to note, this whole time, this nigga is not doing anything. This man is not doing anything. He's twiddling his thumbs. He's on the goddamn computer, click-clacking. He's over here eating a damn orange. So that's another thing that irked my nerves, because he's like, oh, they're helping me take my hair out. No, they're taking your hair out. You didn't help worth a goddamn. You sat back and let them do it. What grown man? Like, looking at this man, it infuriates me. Like, it honestly pisses me the fuck off. Ugh. Oh, but back to not only him having students in his classroom, but having the audacity to write passes for students to leave their other classroom to come to your classroom to take out your damn hair. And he emphasized the point, like, I told the teacher only to let them come if their work is finished, yada, yada, yada. I can give 1 fuck, 2 fucks, 3 fucks, blue fucks, green fucks, okay? I don't give a goddamn. If I heard As a parent, if I heard that my child came home talking about some, oh my gosh, yeah, today was really good. You know, at the end of the day, I got to play in my teacher's hair and take out his damn braids. Excuse me. Oh yeah, we left early. I got to leave my class early. And I got to go to my favorite teacher's class and I got to take his hair out. Ooh. Excuse me? In what world does a student need to be touching you? And does a teacher need to be touching a student of middle school age? I will emphasize. In what world? In what world? We literally have an this just made me actually think. We literally have uproars every other goddamn week. But even more recently so, about teachers playing in children's hair and doing their hair without consent. So what makes you think, if that's not appropriate, what makes you think it's appropriate for a grown ass man to ask his students to take out his hair? Are they fucking hairstylists? This is where our money is going to? This is why they can't read it right now. I don't care. This is not what I send my child to school for. What is this teaching my child? I don't want to teach my child that they have a friend and their teacher. Even with oh my god, this got me so upset, got me stuttering, child. What, like, really imagine your child coming to you telling you, yeah, that's what they spent their time doing. And I don't care the amount of time, that it was just 10 minutes or it was the end of the day and they got all their goddamn work done. Read a book. I would rather them talk. I would rather them play basketball. I would rather them do darts than to sit up in a grown man's head who is more than capable of taking out his goddamn hair. But let me continue watching this damn video and talk about these red flags shit. Then he loved to make the point that, oh, if I was a female teacher, there wouldn't be comments in the comment section talking about this is weird and this is liar. Cause I can speak for myself because I would say the same damn thing if it was a woman, because we like to sit here and pretend. Well, not like to sit here and pretend. We like to acknowledge that, yes, men are predators and can be pedophiles and all that stuff, but we don't acknowledge all the time that women are also out there and they're also predators and they're also pedophiles. And I would have the same reaction, because why is my child or why is a student playing in your hair? Why? You better go to your hairdresser. You better charge extra. Have them charge extra for them to take out your goddamn hair or get your goddamn hands to use. Are you kidding me? I don't care. This is not acceptable. But let me continue, because this video is not even over. He made a note that people said, oh, that's too intimate. And he said, well, to me, it's just hair. Why do they need to be in your scalp, in your hair? Why? Is this cosmetology school? No? Then hang it the fuck up. Oh my goodness. And honestly, like throughout this whole video, it really just pisses me off seeing him just lean back and just relax as these little girls are taking out his goddamn hair. Okay, really pissed me off. And then it pissed me off that he said, "Oh, some of you guys have never had cool teachers, and it shows." Well, honey, a lot of the cool teachers that I've seen are really cool pedophiles. Like, I've never seen. Like, you remember that scene in Mean Girls? I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. And she was wildly inappropriate. Yeah. I don't know anybody who's going to be like, yeah, I'm a cool this. I'm a cool teacher. Are you really? Cool teacher or a cool pedophile? Which one? He goes on to say that, he feels that building authentic relationship with the students is paramount in being an effective teacher. And I absolutely agree. But this is not part of that. This to me is not an example of that. It's not. Next. Then he goes on to say that some of these students have been with him since he was a substitute 4 years ago. And they see him as a big brother or a father figure. To me, to me, Big Brother was kind of like, red flag. Big Brother. Because Big Brother, although there is, a boundary with age in your mind, because, big older brother, you can play with your siblings. You can play with your siblings, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I just did not like him comparing himself to a big brother. You're a teacher, a father figure. I can see a little bit more, and I can understand, because again, that's a different title, and I feel like it comes with different responsibilities, different hierarchy, different type of things. Whereas a brother, an older brother, doesn't necessarily have those type of responsibilities or boundaries. An older brother is, he's not giving father figure. Because he made the distinction between, so we're not going to act like older brother in this situation is like father figure. Is giving father figure. He's just giving sibling. But it's the same with the whole best friend thing to me. It seems like, again, you're like saying like you're peers with them, or you're making it seem like you're peers with them, and you're not. There needs to be a clear set boundary that you're not, like the Black supposed to say, I'm not one of your little friends, because I'm not. And we cannot operate like I am one of your little friends. We can't. It's not appropriate. We can be like, I feel like people always take it to two different extremes. It's like, I'm not your little friend, meaning I'm not friendly, and I'm more a dictator and all this other stuff. But it's don't even have to be that. It's not even that. But we are not best friends, honey. I'm not your peer. We are not on the same level. And that's okay. Boundaries. And then he goes on to say he doesn't want kids of his own, so these children are like his kids. But the thing is, babes, they're not. So you need to tread lightly. Well, actually, you needed to tread lightly, and clearly you didn't. He also goes on to say that the parents watch his videos and talk about his videos with their children, and that they're so grateful that their kids have someone like him in their life. And he said that the admin is aware of his social media presence, and they love his videos, honey. Blah, 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 blah. A lot of the stuff that he's saying is really like heartwarming and things like that. But it can be also very sinister being said from the wrong person. Yeah. And he started off by saying, let's go ahead and stir the pot. Like, that's how he started off the video. So he knew exactly what he was getting and what he was doing with this. Oh, but I did note that he was a science teacher. And one of the issues why I feel like this is wildly inappropriate, especially with the age of the children that he cares for, I'm just like, be so for real. You have to have clear and appropriate boundaries no matter what, regardless of what type of relationship that you're trying to build. You don't have to be all up on each other, and they don't need to be playing in your hair to foster a strong bond and to get to know students. Like, it's not necessary. And again, I don't think it's appropriate. So with that being said, if I was to put myself in the shoes of these little girls, and this is another reason why I'm not understanding why what's not clicking for a lot of you people, and you need to get from beside yourself and really use your brain. Because like I said, for this age group, it's just not appropriate. This is not appropriate. I remember having a science teacher that I had a crush on. I also remember having a substitute teacher that I had a crush on. And as a child, I feel like some instances I absolutely did the fucking most. I remember specifically the substitute teacher, and a lot of the young girls had a crush on him, would always go up to him to ask him for help, would just want to stand by him, I literally dropped a pencil and like picked it up real slow, thinking I was doing something because I wanted him to see me. Like, do you know, young girls and young boys have crushes, and they have crushes of all ages usually, and that it just is what it is. And it's something natural. It happens. He is a young teacher. Okay, he is not an ugly man, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder anyways, but he is not an ugly man. He is young, he has tattoos, and you mean to tell me that these young girls are playing in your hair? Are you kidding me? If I had a teacher that I had a crush on and he asked me to take out his damn braids, oh, that's my man. Okay? And he got me playing in his hair. I'm excited. Now I think that we can be something. Now and like and like, people might hear this and think I'm being dramatic, but like, be so for real. And okay, yeah, maybe I am being dramatic, but teenage girls and teenage boys are dramatic. I would absolutely have a field day. Maybe I would make some comments that people would think or assume maybe something more is going on. Like, why would you ever, as a teacher and as a person who's supposed to protect children, it's just, I don't understand why you would ever put yourself in a position where it looks like you lack boundaries. Well, not even looks like, where you clearly lack boundaries and can be viewed as inappropriate. I would never think, and then to broadcast it. So to me, you're a fucking weirdo, loser, blah, blah, blah. But so apparently he got fired, and I think rightfully so. And I don't care who says otherwise. And honestly, the fact that he got fired is a little bit surprising, because let's be so for real about how it's really not easy to get teachers fired from their positions, and especially in this day and age where the school systems are suffering and they are looking and grasping for any and everybody. So the fact that they fired you and you said that they loved your videos, they love your videos because everybody loves your videos, it's clearly a problem, and maybe you need to reflect instead of getting on your little podcast and crying. Maybe you need to reflect. And then and then the fact that you have these children's numbers and they are texting you on your personal phone is insane. For you to engage outside of school, for you to engage speaking with them outside of school about any old thing is crazy. The fact that they have that immediate access to you is wild and major red flag. These are not your fucking kids. These are your were fired, but like were your students. And like keep it that way and keep it cute. Keep it together. Man, woman, I don't care. Inappropriate. I'm watching a video of a young lady. And she's a teenager, and she spoke about her feelings. She talked about how out of his, which I also was going to mention, but I didn't mention just because I feel as though cosmetology and doing hair and things, we usually see women, girls more in tune or involved with that. So, but she mentioned how out of his over 100 best friends that he has, that only girls were present in taking out his hair. But if we're being realistic, I really do think, it makes the most sense. I don't know what young boys are going to be like raising their hand or volunteering to take out another man's hair, especially in such a public setting such as school. So she also made another point that I already made. You should have played that goddamn hairstylist to take down your braids. And let's just sit on that. And she said, child, take the money you make as a content creator off the backs of your students, former students, and pay extra to get the braids taken out. She also brings up the point where he's talking about himself being a science teacher, and he considers the relationship that he has with his students as mutualism. Now, honestly, when I first heard that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, what exactly are you benefiting in general overall? I understand that it's okay, you're benefiting from them taking down your hair. I don't really see how that's a benefit for them unless they have a crush on you, like I said. But it's not really a benefit for them. And even people in her comments are like, oh, you're doing too much, you're taking leave us all alone. If you would like to sit back, actually it's not if you would like, fuck all that. We, or at least I, am very, very so sick and tired of sitting back and watching red flags and signs of people who I don't believe should probably be around children. I don't give one fuck, two fucks, green fucks, blue fucks. I will die on the hill that something feels inappropriate if it does, or something is not okay if it's not. I don't care. Especially when it comes to the children. You're not going to silence me when it comes to them because they need to be advocated for. You, as an adult, are the children's biggest advocate. And I will not sit back and let men, women, anything in between partake in something that I feel is inappropriate and does no greater good for the children. I need the children to come out of this world loved and unscathed, honey. And kept far away from people like you who got them taken out their goddamn hair 10 minutes before class. That could have been 10 minutes of reading. 10 minutes of talking. 10 minutes of anything. I don't know. Anything else. Why are they touching you? Crazy. Oh, child. Well, it's so crazy because I never thought in a million years I would ever do this kind of like segue introduction. But I kind of want to move on from this man because I'm over him. The internet is doing what it's supposed to do. He's gotten fired. Actually, before I carry on, I did also want to note, for those of you who didn't know, he's also and I've seen this myself. He had a video that on TikTok that he stitched of a girl, presumably a girl, in a restroom, which looks like a high school restroom, or one of them stalls. Looked like a high school bathroom, and she was standing there, and this young lady has quite a round gluteus maximus. And the caption that she wrote says, "Oh, I only like emo boys." Jack Lee took it upon himself to then stitch that with like an emo filter. Like when I see emo filter, it's like hair. That's associated with, I guess, emo people. But yeah, so it was him and a filter and singing an emo song. And again, another red flag, because why would you ever stitch that? And it clearly said emo boys. You're a grown-ass man. Keep it pushing. She didn't call for you just because you seen something that you might have liked. Absolutely not. And I had seen people saying that there had been something out about him, and while he was a substitute teacher trying to talk to a 16-year-old girl. However, I have not seen that. I don't know anything about that, but that's what the streets are saying, honey. And shit, I raised my motherfucking case with that one, because when there's smoke, there's fire. I don't care. There's too many red flags for me. Nigga might not have acted on something, but I don't know what his mind is giving. His mind is not giving stable. It's not. But moving on from him, like I said, I never thought that I would make this segue. But moving on to him and possibly another pedophile. Scorpios are down bad. We already got 2 this year that have been taking out Sean Diddy Combs, and now Mr. Aubrey Grahams. OVO. Now we all know that Mr. Kendrick Lamar has eaten Drake alive, honey, and left absolutely no crumbs. So much so that he has completely disappeared. But what do we think? I mean, I really didn't expect anything less from Drake. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to hit a chord? It's probably A minor. But yeah, I didn't expect anything less from Mr. Drake. I think we all knew that he was gonna go into hiding. But why I even brought him up today? Why? I don't know. I guess I just wanted to talk about him. Chat. I had stumbled upon some TikToks about Drake, and one of them was going over certain lines in his songs that did not age well, and that we've definitely all heard, but kind of just glossed over. I know for myself, I definitely did. Like, I've definitely also always caught it. Like, Kendrick Lamar is not the first to put me on to Drake possibly or potentially being a pedophile or interested in girls that are like barely legal or like just turned. You know what I mean? He's not the one that brought that to my attention. Himself did. Okay, Drake himself. As well as with the lyrics, but clearly nobody was holding him to the fire and everybody wanted to overlook it. So I said, all right, mental note, but okay. And now here we are. Because I don't know. I was going to get into a lot of different things with him, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to continue to spread anything more about him that I don't know is concrete, irrefutable proof. You know what I mean? So, moving on from him, I guess. But anyways, y'all, I think the sun is officially setting on this episode of Stage and Sunshine. Like I said in the beginning, I am a little lit. And I just want to get up here and talk about what's actually going on. But yeah, y'all, it's been real. It's 11:57 p.m. Finna be 12 a.m. And I'm finna wrap this up, take myself outside, smoke a nice little blunt, and come back in to my sleeping angel of a son and go to bed. But no, I really hope that, again, you all the mothers had an amazing Mother's Day, and that you enjoyed this episode of Sage and Sunshine. Again, please let me know if this is something that, we want to do. Do we want to talk about current news and what's going on and things like that? I guess it'll help me stay in the know, so I'm not opposed to it. But thank you again for tuning in. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and to share to everybody. I told you guys we're trying to grow this community, okay? We can't grow a community with nobody in it. And not to say that the people in it are nobody, because we are everything, okay? But the more, the merrier, the bigger, the better. Go big or go home. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in with me again. See you next week. Signing off.